Welcome to our third video on how to warp your loom. Now, as you can see from the front of the loom, we have first measured out our warp. That's what our braids of thread are. Then we put the warp through our reed. You can see the basic pattern as it's laying there. And now our next step, we come to the back of the loom. You sit facing towards the front of the loom, and we're going to put the threads through the heddles. Now, you can still see the pattern on the back, and with everything, precision is very important. If you make a mistake, you must fix it now. It's too late once the warp is totally on the loom. So the first thing you do is you push all of your heddles over to the left. I am right-handed, so you would do this opposite if you were left-handed. Then you pull out 5 heddles from the front and 5 from the back. Now again, I only have 2 of these on my loom. If you have 4, you decide for yourself how you want to do that. If you're going to do it in a 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, we're doing this in a 1, 2 plain weave pattern. Okay, so I've got 5 heddles on each one. So they're in a grouping. I pull out the first one on the front, and I come forward with my crochet hook, and I grab the first thread. Lots of light is very important here so you can see what you're doing. Alright, so I pull it out, and remember my thread is 3 plies in each part. So you take your crochet hook and you come through and you pull it. Now make sure that you don't twist this funny. It's got to be able to come through straight or it won't advance right. Now this is where I do things maybe a little bit weird. Now you can grab a clothespin or something else to hold these, but you want all of your thread ends to be even because we're going to do groups of 10 and then we're going to tie an overhand knot. So the odd thing I do is I actually hold these in my mouth. Doesn't matter, it's wasted thread anyway. So I grab it and I come forward and I hold it in my mouth, and then I do the second one. Now you must remember to do every other one. So the first one goes in the first heddle, first harness, and then the second one goes in this. And you must have it that way. If you do not, when you're weaving, you're going to have 2 threads side by side doing the same thing, and you do not want that. They must be every other or they're not really woven. Okay, so my first thread is through. I'm going to go for my second one. Alright, I've done 10 threads. Now, before you go any further, you must check to make sure you are correct. Okay, you make sure that nothing is obviously crossed up here in the reed. And then you look here. All your odds have to be in the front and your evens in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should be very obvious to you if there is a mistake. If there is, you must correct it now. Don't let it go because it's just a pain in the butt to do it later. Okay? So here I have my slightly damp threads, and I'm just going to do a knot. Put that knot as close to the end as you can because this is all waste thread. Push these to the right and then drop it. Do this all the way across. I like groups of 10. I wouldn't go higher than groups of 15. When we come back later, we're going to wind it onto the end. That is the next step in warping. Thanks.